and it's almost a replacement for drugs and alcohol. I feel addicted to it, so I just know I'm gonna be great. There's no other outcome. It's inevitable. So when I got out of jail, I essentially made up a decision to create something every single day. I've been an artist my entire life, but I've been a starving artist my entire adult life. Essentially spent most of my adult life sleeping in the back rooms of concert venues, and vans and bars and such things, you know. And I ended up looking at 7 years in prison because I left that life and I came back to the Midwest as a drunk, and I was a drunk for 5 years. To absorb the world of music and art and creativity and lived it below the poverty line too. That's why I've been able to do a lot. I don't use the government, but I guess there's just been a lot more freedom. You know, nobody can really take anything from me, and there's a freedom in that. I was a little bit of a wildcat, you know, and I worked up a bit of a record. But after that, I got out of jail, and I just got busy, man. And it started with my camera. I could buy a camera, so I bought an iPad mini because it had a camera on it, and it had editing software, and I just started with that, and I started shooting imagery, and I used to put collages together, and I used to, you know, photograph them, to photograph myself walking around town, just to get angles and imagery. And I know videography has become such normality in our new world, but to me it was getting back to something that I had dabbled with as a musician. You always dabble in other arts if you're in an art scene. I was a musician, but I also, you know, the sound guy for my band also had his own business called Gainesville Cinemadrome, where we did movie stuff and film. So I lost my train of thought. That happens a lot with me, all the time. That's why art's good. I can get a flow state. When you have ADD, you get in flow states anyway. So flow state with the art is great. It started with the iPad mini. Videography, okay? And I always have music. So I started doing that a little bit. I just made these videos. So I just started doing that, you know, I started making videos until I realized that I was not a YouTuber. I didn't like it. I don't necessarily like putting on that smile and hi guys, today we're gonna go through our top 10 list of craziest scenes in 80s movies, you know, like as cool as that shit is, I feel as though it could start to get to you after a while to put on a face, and putting on the face for entertainment purposes, you know, I dig that. But after a while I wanted imagery. I was looking for artists to do things for me. I wanted to get a line of t-shirts going to promote what I was doing, and I couldn't find any artists. Artists they're everywhere, but they won't ever do anything for you. They're hard to get motivated, I feel. And so out of that frustration, I just started kind of doodling again. And like I said, I've always dabbled with painting and drawing. And when I was in rehab, I started painting for rehabilitation purposes. So it's always in there. It's always in my life. But I'm kind of more taking it seriously. My kid starts to do it with me, going in that direction. So the everyday consistency of being creative every day just has slowly morphed into painting, and it's slowly morphed into this painting I call neopunk, I guess. It's nothing, but I love it. But it's sort of just what I'm attracted to. You know, to me, my paintings look like what alternative hip hop and punk rock sound like to me. And that's the music style that I've always projected out into the world, or gave to the world, however you want to look at it. or forced on the world. So I think if you look at my art, even if I do slightly different styles, I dabble from African to Impressionism to abstract. I kind of mix all those. And then I sort of, if I do anything else, it's just because I'm learning and I'm experimenting. But that is sort of it. I like the crazy look of it. I like controlled chaos and that sort of beauty and colors. I don't ever like to draw a thing. I just like to paint. And then I'll see something morph out of what I've painted after hours of layering, and then I can morph that into something. And because I was a photographer and a videographer and a musician and an actor to some degree, I acted a bit, you know. I was runner-up for Best Villain in this Bruce Lee remake that I had worked on with the crew from Gainesville Cinemadrome. Hey, that's something. But yeah, that's sort of my story. I'm on 3 years probation. I'm still got about 2.5 years left, a little less than 2.5 years. By the end of that probation, I'll be even better than I am now. I'll have to be, because I just keep getting better. Because I do it every day, and I get more subscribers that are interested every day, which is fucking awesome. And I'm gonna start doing art shows this summer. And I'm just gonna take it step by step, and it's almost a replacement for drugs and alcohol. I feel addicted to it, so I just know I'm gonna be great. There's no other outcome. It's inevitable.